Hey, this is Dave with Sentry Pac Pro. Just giving you an update on our connectivity features that we're offering since we've taken over Sentry Pac. So Sentry Pac's been around 40 years. It's proven technology to keep your grain in perfect condition without any cables in the bin. We know that works. They've been doing it. I've been doing it since I was a kid. When we took over Sentry Pac, we wanted to update things. And going back just a little bit, we actually went out there. I had my first conversation with Sentry Pac in like 14 and 15 about bringing some connectivity into it. And the comment was, we're working on it. And then Val and I went out there in 2018, same conversation, same answer, we're working on it. However, they actually never did really work on it as far as we could tell. So when we ended up with Sentry Pac here a year and a half ago or so, that was one of our primary goals, was to bring connectivity to it. We run our pivots off our phone. There's lots of things I do with my phone that it saves me tremendous amounts of time versus going out to the actual site and working on something. So we wanted to bring that in, which we did. We've got a web-based app right now that's moving into a full-blown app that you're going to be able to set the Sentry Pac, watch the fans run, turn the fans on and off manually if you want to, change the settings, storage, re-wetting, drying, storage 1, 2, 3. We'll be able to set your moisture content that you want to deliver the grain at. If you want to change that for some odd reason, you're going to be able to do it. The pack will tell you the run times, how much it's been running, and there's going to be a lot of features in there that are what you need and some things that are going to be what you want. There's a lot of things that we've got in the works that are going to be coming along with the connectivity. Our lead code programming guy says the answer you're going to tell people is, yeah, we can do that. And we've already done a lot of that to a lot of people, telling them what we can do. So I know when we first developed the connectivity part of this thing, our first out was a modem, a Verizon modem hooked to the Pac Pro and a Google spreadsheet that's given us all kinds of data that I've never seen before. And it's been a lot of fun watching this thing work and figuring out the parameters and how it does what it does, and watching your fans kick on every 15 minutes. They'll run for 15, they'll be off the rest of the day. The next day they'll run 2 hours, they'll be off the rest of the day. And watching those parameters go up and down while it's calculating your EMCs and your temperature, your backlog, and all the parameters that go into that. It's really cool for us to see. So that's all part of that connectivity that makes this thing so we can prove that it works, not just say that it works. We're working on, and what we released at the Commodity Classic 2025 was the connectivity, the app, as well as our wireless sensor. So no cables in the bin, but we have a wireless temperature and humidity sensor that goes outside the bin. And I had the guys walk around the entire complex with our sensor connected from this box with a power source to our new Sentry Pac Pro, and from every corner of the building through all the machinery, grain carts, combines, there was everything there, plus all the concrete. We never lost connection, and they were easily 150, 200 yards away. So our technology's cool, it works, and it's all on its own circuit. So we're not using the internet for that. The Pac will have a modem built onto the system. Cellular data is how we're gonna upload and download. So you'll plug this Pac in, it'll link up, it'll hook up to your cellular carrier of your choice, and then that data will go to your app. You'll be able to see if you've got one site, if you got 10 sites, if you need 10 different Pacs, this thing it'll tell you which site you're on, so you can choose which bin site you're looking at and what it's doing. we're going to send notifications. Your fans kick on, it's going to notify you. Your fans kick off, it'll notify you. Those are the basics. That could get a little bit annoying because a lot of times these things run in the middle of the night. So if you don't want to get notifications all night long, we can turn that off for the evenings. But it will notify you of run times. If you want to see a daily synopsis of your run time, it's going to be able to notify you of that. You won't always have to be checking it. The other things we're going to do, we're going to add in, because I want to add value to this thing. The whole purpose of doing this is we want to bring something to the farming community that's just amazing and way better value than anybody else out on the market. And we're the only ones doing it externally, so you don't have all those cables in the bin once again. The notifications, well, you'll be able to customize those, like I said, but the runtime is going to be a key. Along with runtime, we're going to have the wireless fan RPM sensor. So if you put this thing on your fan, it's not only going to tell you that you had runtime on the pack, but it's also going to say your fan was actually running. So those two things are going to work together and give you good information. If you're at a bin site, I get this question, a rented bin site where we may be on there this year and 5 years down the road we may be having to move. We will be able to plug the pack into a 120 volt outlet and run wireless controls to each fan, given that they have the right starting equipment on them, to each fan, and be able to wirelessly control those fans, so you don't have to go through the expense of hiring an electrician and wiring in an entire bin site basically, and all the starters and all the drives to run that. So truly, we're going to have a very robust but also very wireless system, and that's what we're talking about here today, is the connectivity. And I think we've covered a lot of the things that are coming. What we envision in the future and the things that we're actually working on, as soon as we release the wireless sensor, the guys are building the boards for that and getting things zeroed in. We're going to start working on that RPM fan sensor, the wireless control. We're going to be able to run your lights. If you've got lights on the bins and you are off-site or whatever, you're driving home and you see the bin lights are on and you don't want to stop, open your phone, open the Sentry Pac app, and shut the lights off. So there's other things that are coming yet too. I'm not sure exactly how many more things we're going to add, but we're going to keep adding as we get more and more excited to bring this to the market. The thing is, we want to provide a great value and a great product. With all this connectivity, we also built in the pack is going to be the pack. It's going to do its job whether there's an internet connection or not. Now, if you don't have the internet connection and you have wired in fans, it's going to work and it's going to do its job. The wireless system does not require the internet, so, and we're still in some testing in this, but it shouldn't have to have an internet connection to make that work either. And we proved that at Commodity Classic. We don't need an internet connection to make our wireless sensor work. So all things, the pack's plugged in, you've got a wireless fan control, a wireless fan RPM sensor. Those things aren't necessary. They have their own network. They don't have an external internet connection, and you're good to go. So yeah, we're bringing the best thing to the market there is. Once again, we're farmers. We couldn't see this go away when the owner passed away and things were in turmoil out in California. So we picked it up and we revamped it. We're bringing it back to the market, and we just want this thing to be amazing.